What's up, fuckers? It is officially end of week 2 in the League 8. It was an interesting week this week. We had some good weeks for some people, some really bad weeks for some other people, and a lot of quarterbacks got hurt this week. I am just kind of doing this on the fly right now, so I probably have a lot of points I should be making, but as you all are probably aware, I suck at knowing things about fantasy football. So I'm just going to dive into what is on my sheets here. So we're going to start off with the matchup between Corey and Nick. So Corey is out to an unprecedented start that we have not seen since week 1, season 1 of the league, when Corey won it. He is now out to 2-0, having beat our reigning champ, Nick. Let's see what we have here from Corey. Corey had a pretty solid, holy shit, I didn't even realize this till looking at it right now. 39 points out of his defense, New England defense. And I was literally talking to Perk when we did the fantasy or the free agent bidding. I was like, can you believe Corey paid $4 for New England's defense? Well, weird. Look, guess who looks like the dumbass now? Me. 39 points from New England. That's fucking insane. Pretty standard weeks from everybody else. Carson Wentz, 19 points. Brandon Cooks, 16 points. T.Y. Hilton, 14. Nothing too crazy. Nick's team, Patrick Mahomes, 31 points, which is awesome. Travis Kelce, 24 points. But Nick ended up coming up short by like a point and a half. So Nick is officially 1-1. He is in 5th place. Corey is 2-0. Off to a stellar start. Perhaps trying to recreate what happened to him 7 years ago and maybe win the league, or maybe even try to win a playoff game. If I remember correctly, since year 1, he has won one playoff game. So who knows? Corey might be onto something. Doubt it, but you never know. Let's see. Matchup number 2, we have Mitch and Matt. Mitch and Matt. They are both 1-1. Matt decided to not lose this week, which is a good strategy, I guess. Beating Nick, even though it looks Mitch, even though he was projected to lose by 19 points, as we all know projections don't mean shit. Had awesome weeks out of Russell Wilson, 24 points, Kenny Golladay, 25 points, Tyler Boyd, 22 points, M. Andrews, can't think of what his first name is, the tight end from Baltimore, 25 points, awesome. 150.9 points. That was, I believe, the highest point total of the week. It was. So pretty good. Mitch was in 1st place last week, down to 4th after losing this week. Chris Godwin got him 26 points. Le'Veon Bell got him 15 points. He sat Jay Ross from Cincinnati, that got 21 points. I don't think anybody in our league would have started him, but you should have. Otherwise, pretty below average week from everybody else, including his quarterback, Deshaun Watson. 150.9 to 124.16. Matt, 1-1, is in 6th place. Mitch, 1-1, is in 4th place. All right, on to the next matchup. Let's see here. We have Perk versus Brandon. Brandon, wow. I would have to say that this will most likely end up getting the lowest score of the year. If I remember correctly, I think there was only 1 or 2 people that scored in the 70s, and Brandon scored in the 80s this week. So that he's pretty close to good company as far as low score. Drew Brees should have known his finger was going to get hurt. Obviously, everybody else saw that coming. 0.52 points. Awful management decision by Brandon on that front. Started a kicker who got -1 point. And if everybody remembers correctly, Brandon is the one that brought up the rule change to have our kicker score negative points for missed field goals. So again, Brandon, awful managing choice on your part. Austin Eckler did good for him. Everybody else did pretty average or less. Obviously, he got 88 points, so I shouldn't even say average. That's pretty shitty. On the other hand, Perk, who is officially in 1st place now after another 2-0 start, much like Corey, 28 points from his quarterback, Dak Prescott, 27 points from Julio, 20 points from Nick Chubb, sat Aaron Jones, who got 25 points. I'm not saying anything, but Perk might be reckoned with. Actually I shouldn't say that. Back up. He did start Michael Gallup. Well, I guess he did all right. Well, still, whatever. I don't know. Perk might be a force to be reckoned with. I doubt it, but at least, you know, we're only going off 2 weeks worth of data, so that's what we got to go with. So maybe, you never know. I mean, he hasn't won a championship yet, so he's due. But at the same time, if he hasn't won a championship yet, let's put it this way. I mean, Corey won a championship. If Corey can win a championship and Pert can't, you might say he's due. You might say he just sucks. I don't know. Next matchup, we have Dennis and Don. Dennis avoided the weekly low score this week, so that's a positive. And he snuck out a win against the worst team in our league. Granted, Dennis is also in 8th place right now, so... I mean, yeah, you beat the worst team in our league, but you're pretty much almost the worst team in our league also, Dennis, so I wouldn't get too excited about that. Let's see, 109.76 to 100.36, so pretty close matchup for 2 shitty teams, which I guess makes it a little exciting, but not really. Let's see, Dennis had OBJ, 28 points, Saquon Barkley, 22 points. He finally did something this week, got a touchdown. Don had Tom Brady, which is about the only good player that he had on his team. That like went above and beyond anyways. So yeah, pretty poor matchup, but I guess the only positive to come out of this is Dennis got a win, so there's that. Dennis in 8th place, Don in 10th. And lastly, as always, we save our matchup of the week for the last matchup. So let's see who we have this week. We have Nate and Nate and me. I don't know. I don't do grammar good. Pretty fucking standard. As is everything else, just I fucking suck. You know, my team didn't even have that bad of a week. It just, luckily, Nate finally, very quietly, I will admit, but finally admitted that he needs more than one tight end. And actually, I think Vernon Davis was his 3rd tight end, because I think he picked up somebody else and then dropped him for Vernon Davis, which, who wouldn't want a 35-year-old tight end on a shitty team on your team? Well, and he made the best start because the tight end that he drafted, Jimmy Graham, got 0 points. So I guess, you know, silver lining there, but, you know, best of 2 shitty options, whatever. But Vernon Davis did get him 6 points, so good for you. His first-round pick, I believe his first-round pick, Dalvin Cook, at least that's what Church told him, I think, was got him 28 points, which is pretty good. Lamar Jackson, which was, I guess I got to give him props here. I think Lamar Jackson was his last-round pick or second or something like that. Got him 31 points, pretty good. Zeke got 20. His 3rd-round pick finally scored for him. Antonio Brown, 16 points. It's, you know, it finally worked out, so I don't know. Maybe it was a good pick. It's not looking terrible right now. Me, on the other hand, had a pretty average week out of all my players. Sat Calvin Ridley, who was obviously a first-round pick that I got in the 5th round. He got 24.5 points. No surprise, but I benched him, which is awesome managerial skills. Matt Ryan got me 22 points. Otherwise, dog shit. So, Nate 1-1 in 3rd place. Me 0-2 in 9th. So, still in the toilet bowl. Any league updates? I don't think so. The FAAB bidding should be all set to go. So, just go about as per usual this week. We do have Dozinki this weekend. I don't know if anybody knows that, but Dozinki is this weekend. So as I try to remember or remind people every year, please make sure that you set your lineups, preferably Friday before you go downtown. Odds are you will get too drunk Friday night. Odds are you will go to the softball fields on Saturday hungover, and you will continue to drink shitty keg beer out of shitty plastic cups until the sun goes down. And then you might continue drinking, and then you might go back down to the softball fields on Sunday, continue to drink shitty keg beer, and you will completely forget about your fantasy team. I will most likely not be doing that because unlike some people, you know, you guys like to work, party, I have to work. So, oh yeah, by the way, shameless plug. Come get you some barbecue. Get Smoke Barbecue right across from Checkers. We got good shit. Yeah, so waiver wire bids go through tomorrow morning. Go get whoever you want. My team probably will hit the whole waiver wire, or my whole team will hit the waiver wire because I'm in 9th. All right, that's all I got. Love you.